Okay, hello, cool. I'm back. It's Tuesday. Yes, it's Tuesday today. Hello. Playing Dyson Sphere Program today because I've been playing the crap load of this game recently and I've been really enjoying it. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna play it on here. So I'm gonna start a new game. I'm not gonna continue where I left off because, to be honest, it'd be good to start a new game knowing what I know now, going into it with the knowledge I already have. So hopefully I can do better. I mean, so far I haven't completely crashed and burned and failed, so it's all going fine. Hang on, let me just make sure my sound's working. That's always a good start. Yeah, sound's working. Good. Is the music working? Yes, the music's working. Yeah, knowing what I know now, let's it'd be good to restart. Or at least start a new game and see how far we get. Like, I'm not expecting to build a Dyson Sphere today, considering it's taken me about 20 hours just to get to where I currently am in my current game, and it's great, but I'm not quite at this stage yet. I'm a little way off that. I've got a whole bunch of I say a whole bunch, I've got some mirrors, I've got some of the Dyson Swarm set up, but not a lot of it. So but now I have some ideas of how we can start this off. Good. Maximum number of stars. Resource multiplier. I don't know. Infinite resources. I didn't know that was an option. I might have to have a look at that in future. But let's pick a random number. Random. I'm assuming that we always start on a type G star. Cannot change your start system. Okay. Black hole over there. Just trying to think, what could we pick? We just need any are fine, really. I mean, that looks interesting. I don't know. Habit G, Baton, Kato's G type star, Delta Capricorni, Suhail. Don't know. 30 Apodis, Adhara, 45 Persei, Epsilon Crucis, Deneb Okab, Lambda Leonis, Alifa G type star, Beta Cygni, something or other. I've got no idea how the hell you pronounce that. Lambda Camelo blah 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 blah. Gynar. That's a nice easy. That's a nice easier one to pronounce. Not that it matters too much. Not that it comes up too much in the game. Right, here we go. We're arriving.
Welcome to the actual universe.
Good to know. I can turn off the tips. Probably, because I don't need them. Only show necessary tips.
Should you be able to adapt to the laws of physics in a short time, I am your advisor and will help you through this mission.
Thank you. I don't need your help because I've played enough of this game that I don't really need your help. All good. Man, this game is surprisingly pretty, and it came out of nowhere. Like, I just got it on my Steam recommended. I was like, oh my god, this game looks like fun.
Here is yours.
Thank you.
As one of Cosmo and the pioneer of the Dyson Sphere Program, you will explore this cluster step by step. By using the resources here to construct.
Do you always start the game in orbit around a gas giant?
Starting from scratch. I have chosen a designated planet for you to start the mission, which has necessary resources for initial development. Now please drive the space capsule to the planet.
I'm pretty certain that the starting conditions are going to be similar every time. I feel like that's just going to be the way it is. Because this is almost identical to how it looks on my other save. Okay, I am... Where am I going? I was able to control it. I don't know if all these planets are the same, or if they're all slightly different. I get that obviously you're going to have to start on a planet with the same sort of basic resources, but I assume that there's more. Yes, thank you.
Industrial mecha with powerful functionality. You can use
Yes,
the
thank you,
arrow
game. I don't need your tutorial. Gameplay. Building view mode. God mode. 1080p.
or right-click
Yep,
on the
okay.
destination to control its movement. In this mission, you will manipulate Icarus to travel beyond the stars and create miracles.
Okay, cool. I know how this
You
works.
can use the same operation to collect resources, such as trees, gravel, etc.
So, is this
In the
not doing
meantime,
anything?
Hold down Shift and right-click to give a series of commands.
Right, okay.
Now try to recycle the space capsule. Right-click on it to recycle.
That's what I'm doing. Oh, there's the bar. I see the bar moving now. God, I don't remember it taking this long. I remember it being quite a quick process the first time I did it.
You receive several items after recycling the space capsule.
There's the iron.
Click the inventory button in the lower right corner of the screen.
A lot of stone. There's iron.
View them.
Cool. Yes, thank you, game. I don't need a tutorial. I've been through the tutorial before. Oh, look at that. We've got 2 iron deposits right next to each other. Unfortunately, I can't do anything until the game decides that I can.
You can hold down mouse middle button drag to rotate the angle of.
Yes, thank you, game. Maybe I should have done the tutorial before starting. Should have just gone right. Done the tutorial and move on. But nope. I don't want to do this tutorial. I know what I'm doing. I know how to play this game.
Yet you have not unlocked the construction menu, which will be done automatically when complete any technology research. Click the technology tree button at the bottom right of the screen to open the technology tree and activate a research.
Yep, done that now. Great. Let's go. Come on, game. Hurry up. Ugh. Wait for the game to decide that. What do I need? Oh, right. Okay, that will give me what I need. Right, okay. I need to produce these things first. Where's the copper? Copper's over there. I do like this game. I'm not a big fan of the suit of the mecha energy as a concept.
You have created a mining machine to achieve ore collecting automation.
Fantastic.
Pick it up from the inventory, or select it on Gathering of Construction menu to build it. You can use the R key to rotate the mining machine for covering more veins.
Yep.
The more
Good.
veins covered, the faster the ores will be gathered. If you want to ignore grid snapping, try holding down the Shift key.
Right, so electromagnetic matrix
You have
is
established your first
all that
power
stuff.
grid. Not all power facilities has its power supply area. Use the Tesla tower to extend the area of the power grid.
Yep, thank you. I know, but I can't make anything until I've kind of got some other basics up and running. I do want that. That's a belts are a good start. Belts are always a good start. Do I need some iron. Can't fly. Damn it.
Energy is required in all mecha activities. If it is depleted, the activities will be restricted. You can click the mecha panel button at the bottom right of the screen.
Yes,
to open
thank you,
it
game. I am aware.
and resupply fuel into the fuel chamber.
Love the music in this game. It's pretty good. This game is great. I really enjoy it. Like, it's like Factorio, but slightly different. And it's sort of different in a good way. Well, it's like it's got its own unique twist on the whole factory thing, and it's kind of like a mixture of Satisfactory and Factorio. Quite nice. Like, different and interesting. It's very different. Which is good, I like it. Obviously we'll move these around once we've got a more reasonable setup. Right, so we just need a whole bunch of iron ore, really. Because once we've got iron ore, we can just start making everything we need to research stuff. Got the ores, we're all good. So we need 10 of those, and we need 10 of those. Just need to get the basics set up. Really. Once you get... What's the... Thermal power. Thermal power is great. It's once you start getting thermal power, you're golden. When did you get... Ah, smelting purification. So we need to get the... Obviously we need to get the electromagnetic matrix up and running first. Pretty cheap. But I'm going to need more power. I wish there was more options early game to charge yourself off of your grid. Like, obviously you can charge yourself a bit later on in the game using the where are they? I've got no idea. I've unlocked them, wherever they are, I've unlocked them, but I don't know where they are in the tree. I've unlocked them in my other game. But that far down. Oh, here we go. High efficiency plasma protocol. Plasma control. Yeah, they're not that far through the tech tree.
You have received the sorter and the conveyor belt, which can achieve full automation now. Use the conveyor belt to transport the piled up ores from the mining machine, and the sorter can deliver the ores from the conveyor belt to the smelter for automatic smelting.
Good. So, well, we need to get automatic metallurgy, whatever it is, first. That's important because we need that to smelt stuff. Like, we can't make anything else without this, so we need those set up. So you have storage, good. So from what I've learned is that it's 4 smelters to a refinery, basically. Maybe 3 if you've only got 1 level of whatever this is, this range utilization. I've only got, yeah, so somewhere between 3 and 4 smelters per miner is what I've learnt. There's not much point until we get the smelters. I suppose actually we can start preparing the smelters for those, or preparing the setup for.
All you need to do is determine the starting point and the end point of it. In addition, use the up arrow key to lift up one.
Yep.
And use the down arrow key to drop
Thank
down.
you, game. I know.
After the conveyor belt is lifted, press keypad 0 to reset the construction item.
Right, good. So we've got we've got some.
If you don't want the conveyor belt to be attached to the building, you can try holding down the shift key.
This belt is way too long. Just did not need to be this
Which
long.
can smelt basic materials, such as iron ingots and copper ingots automatically. While you want to make the raw materials and products get in and out of it autonomously, you need to use sorters and conveyor belts.
Yep.
After selecting the recipe, you can use the less than key to copy the recipe and the greater than key to paste the next building
Right,
to use the
so
same
we want to put this straight into a storage box. Wow, we're already going to need more of these. Oh, that's fine. Get like 5 of them.
Carry out short distance wireless power transmission and
Okay.
expand the power supply area of the power grid. Click
Too many
on
things to
the
create
power grid info.
by hand.
The sorter is a transportation connector of cargoes between facilities. It will automatically transport them as long as the supply facility.
Oh, I need some
and the receipt
stone.
facility
Okay,
are
so
touched.
get some stone for those. once we start getting some basics set up, then it'll be fine. It's just getting the basics. Once you start until you get that, it's a bit tedious because you'll have to make so many things by hand, and it's like frustrating. Yeah, once you start getting some basics set up, it's fine. Right, actually, there's an oil seep right there. That's quite convenient. Quite good.
You built a storage, which can be used to store cargo.
Let's get some of these down.
Or use the sorter to automatically stock the cargo.
Lack of item. I just made some. Only made enough. Just. Right, let's get some more wind turbines. The wind turbines I really need right now. It's gonna take a little while. I'm gonna have to do it the hard way. That's fine. Let's just stick him in there. Where's coal? We're gonna need coal before long, because coal is a great source of mecha energy early on. Once you get the miner and some stuff going, it's a great way of just keeping yourself charged. Filling your inventory full of coal.
In the planet view mode, you can hold down the middle mouse button drag.
Oh,
Rotate the
over
angle
there.
view,
Okay, that's not
and
too
hold
bad.
down the right mouse button. Drag to roll the angle of
Two
view.
nice big coal veins
Press
right there.
Q
That's
key
good.
to point to
Good.
the front of the North Pole.
Good start.
In the planet view mode, slide the mouse wheel to enter
Right,
the star map
let's-
mode.
Yes, thank you. Let's get another wind turbine set up. We'll move all these later on. For now, we just need to get them kind of in place. Still not enough power. Wow, okay. Well, we've got more of these. There comes a point where these do absolutely nothing for the total power supply. But actually, the good thing about these is they are consistent. They work consistently. I should have put that a bit closer, and I can get another one of the going to get some more of the stuff in. Moment, we've got 3 of them outputting and only 1 of them moving in. Once you get the logistics stations, that's when the game really takes off. I find. Right, so let's get... Oh my god, that's going to take forever. Okay, fine. Actually, not going to take that long. It's going to take like 3 seconds. I thought it was going to take forever. Not really. It takes forever when you've got lots of late game products to make. When you've got lots of early game stuff, it's not a problem. Late game stuff, that's when it becomes a problem and it becomes tedious. So we're going to go over to one of these coal veins and set up a miner there. And a windmill. So we can start getting some coal dug up. We don't need it straight away, but it's useful to kind of be able to go and grab it and fill up my inventory with it.
One of your production facilities is not powered.
Yeah,
You need
I
to
know,
keep
I'm
it in the
getting
power
on that.
coverage area and supply it with power facilities in order to maintain its normal works.
I'm on it. But I need some more of those. But now I don't really care. Lack of item, okay. Just want this to be stored. Like, I can sort it all out later. I can get more of it out. I just want to store it. Ideally. Just so I can just take it out and just throw it in my fuel chamber. Because I'm out of those hydrogen fuel cells. And these are pretty good. Like a consistent, constant source of power. Just to kind of keep you going. Especially when you're walking everywhere. Like, early on, it kind of sucks having to kind of wait for your thing to recharge, and it's just tedious. I mean, yes, you can cut down the trees, but coal is better. Right, so we need some iron, we need some gold, because not some gold, some copper. So we're going to need some of this copper to make more copper. That's fine, easy enough. I forgot how slow the walking is early on. Like, it is unbelievably slow. What do you need for mechanical those? I would. That's not a crucial thing to work on. I don't think it's something that's great to have later on, especially when you unlock flying. That's great, but for now, get that whammo. And 100%, I think, get. Oh, I need some. I need some just iron ore. Of course. Just make all of those because I need to get another supply chain set up for those. Let me get some of this coal. Man, I'm already thinking ahead because I know what's coming. Right. I found that this game is easier than Factorio. Like, I like Factorio, but I'm not very good at it. But this game is easier than Factorio, which I quite like. Which I'm glad about, really, because I find Factorio really quite hard to play. I get overwhelmed and it's like, and then I get bored because it just takes so long to kind of get anywhere. Three of those will do. Oh. But we just have to wait. There's a lot of waiting in the early game where you wait for your dude to make things, but once you kind of get them, you're good. Nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do until it's done. Until the construction is done, just kind of have to wait around. No point in cutting down the trees because they'll get themselves cut down. I do like the prospect in this game of being able to completely level a world. Like, once you kind of get set up for environment modification, you can completely level a planet. Like this one. Which is what I've been trying to do on my save, is completely level a planet. I've got some more. So I've got some more of these, which are good. The wind turbines. Need lots of those early on. I think I managed to get away with having, before I got to coal, I managed to get away with having like 20. I think was what I managed to get. I'm going to wait for the manual research to kick off, and then we'll start getting some, because we need to get some magnets being constructed. We need to get some of these things being made automatically, so we don't have to worry about them anymore. So we need to get a magnet factory set up, because magnets are useful and you need them for all sorts of things. We need to get a magnetic coil factory set up using the magnets, obviously. Then we need to get gears so we can get more belts. Then we probably do want to get conveyor belt factory. We also want to get sorter factory, maybe. Kind of mainly, to be honest, making the buildings is a really easy thing to do. Like, if you've got the basic resources, it takes you like 2 seconds to make the buildings. You don't need, and then you just have the resources rather than worrying about. I don't think I'm going to bother making the buildings automatically necessarily. Like, it's quite useful. It's kind of useful having belts lying around. Maybe most of the time, really a big deal. Unless it's something made out of really complicated parts, fine. But these things, they're really quite cheap. You're just going to have the resources on you anyway, just to kind of pop out a few. That's what I found so far, anyway. Right, so we just need 10 of these. We can make 206, so we're good. Good for making 10 of these. let's get another miner set up so we can get some magnets automated, because especially we're going to want to get the matrix lab set up to produce the stuff which needs circuits and electromagnets to make the blue ones. So is it electromagnets? Magnetic coils. You know what I mean. Gonna have to move some of these wind turbines away, I think. I think they're in the way. Right, let's get some of these put down, because these are just useful. I'm just going to make a whole bunch of these, like 10, and we're just going to get some not solar panels, wind turbines, and put them down somewhere far enough away that I don't have to worry about them too much. Kind of out of the way. Everything there is covered. Good. I like in this game, you don't really have to think about terrain too much. The only real thing that's annoying is water. Everything else is fine. Just kind of flatten the land, and it's not a problem. Right, wind turbines are go. Good. So now we have plenty of power available to us. Is good. This is the great thing about having just stockpiles of coal, is that I don't even have to worry about my energy bar for now. Energy is just doing its thing. It's just belts are a good thing to get automated. Actually, they are a pretty good thing because you just need so many of them. I haven't really found that I've needed the faster belts particularly, because you don't tend to need that many. If you're going for a belt bussy kind of thing, then maybe, but actually I haven't found that I've needed to use the faster belts. The faster sorters, sure, not necessarily the faster belts. Because the miners don't quite output a full belt as it is. I don't think. I don't know, I can't remember. Get another one. Oh, I need some more stone. That's what I need to get, is stone.
Please set the recipe you want. After selecting the recipe,
I know.
use the less than key to copy the recipe.
Literally just put the building down, game.
Place the next building that needs to set the same recipe.
Right, so we've got 3 of those. Then we need to get them into a storage box. At the moment, I'm just going to put everything into storage boxes because I just don't need to think about too much. Doesn't really want to go anywhere. Let's get something just digging up some stone as well, so I don't have to do it manually. I'll do. Oh, perfect. Perfect distancing. Right, we need some of these. Hey, what? Let's make this into, because we're not going to need glass for a while. But what we do need is we need a lot of those stone bricky things, which I think you make in smelting facility. Yeah, stone. It's just called stone. Right. Okay. Still need lots of electromagnets and other jazz. Or magnetic coils. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. All of those things. Still don't have not coal, copper set up effectively. But we'll get there. Won't take long. You know what? I'll go with 3 furnaces because I can always add. Adding more furnaces is easy. It's easy if you give yourself enough space. So I'm going to try and give myself enough space that I can kind of work with it. I haven't done it. I haven't actually sorted those out yet. Give myself enough space that I can expand out the setup. I think it's just because I can't quite see it properly. I need these, 10 of these, 10 of those down. We want some of this stone and glass. We can make glass later on. It's not a problem. We don't need glass for anything really right now. We need glass for matrix labs, but not that big of a deal early on. Like maybe we can get like 1 glass melter set up. Which is just a good start, really. We're gonna want a chest. I'm making some of those stone. Stick the stone in the box. I know I can now build a matrix lab. I'm working on it. I've got everything researched that I can research. Apart from some of the upgrades, which actually I can start to do. We need 2 of these, don't we? Because we need one for the stone, and we need one for the magnets. Right. Oh, we need to actually connect it up. Lovely. So that's another system that's all set up and ready to go. Let's get... In fact, we'll reverse this belt to go the other way. I said it's easier to extend it if you've given yourself the space to extend it. More of these. Once we start getting copper set up, we'll be all fine. We are going to have to move some copper around to get copper from one of these, from like here to over there, just so we can make some of those electromagnets. Not electromagnets. I keep thinking electromagnets. Magnetic coils. Because we're gonna need to get those automated to get the research going. There, right, good. How are we doing power-wise? We're on 70-something%. That's fine. Good enough. Let's get some more of these. Make a bunch. We're going to want to extend the power over to the copper. Do we have enough to make these? No. We're missing some iron. That's fine, we've got loads of that. Oh. We're missing... and just missing copper, aren't we? Basically, yes. Oh, we're also missing... oh, we're missing some electromagnets. Fine, I've got those on the go now. That's nice. And I can make 3 of them. Fantastic. That's exactly what I want. Good. Good, good, good. I need to decide where my matrix thing is going. I'm thinking here, maybe. Put them... where there. Obviously, we can always move it later on. That's not a big deal. Goodbye to the wind turbine. We can go join the rest of them. And we can get this. The belt along there. Get melters on there as well. On. And then we're going to bring the belt back that way to put in the chest. Right. Good. Well, it's connected up, and then we'll have copper on the go, which is always good. I find this game is easier to get yourself set up, well, because you don't need to worry about coal, which I think is something that's annoying about something like Factorio, is that your initial power source, and same with Satisfactory, your initial power sources are not consistent. Like at least in this game, the first source of power you have is a wind turbine, which is a constant, consistent source of power. Like, it's not a lot of power, but it's constant and consistent. You don't have to. It's not something you have to worry about early on. You have to start worrying about it later on in the game. But power is an annoying thing to have to worry about first thing in a game. Although I say that, I'm hitting the peaks of my power right now. 50% satisfaction. Gonna need some more of these. Just missing copper. Fine, we'll just get some more of these. Some more wind turbines, and we'll be fine. Requires electric motors. Look those. Oh, there we go. They're not that bad actually. Not that expensive. Let's just get a load of these down. 10 more. We'll keep power going for a bit longer. Hopefully it'll bring us into the green power wise. We've got 3 megawatts generation capacity. These produce, so that will double our power effectively. I assume that they're constant, not like fluctuating. I've got no idea. Right, if we finish making, we've got a couple more to make. So consumption is somewhere between 5 and 6 megawatts. So we are still gonna need more, but that's fine. We're on 6 megawatts now, which is good. There's some copper there. That's much closer than that copper. Especially for making those things, those electromagnetic, what are they called? The magnetic coils. Oh, I cannot remember what they're called. And the circuits, which both I think need copper and iron. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the coils need these things, but yeah. We've got loads of those just lying around now, which is good. That's a good start. Right, we should have the resources that we need to start getting factories going. Let's get. We've got that copper thing over there, but it's further away than this one. This one is much closer, which is far more convenient, especially when it comes down to like belt distance. But I might set up another one. That one will fill up and stop eventually. It's fine. Go. Howard. Still gonna need a lot more of those. Problem is, though, I have kind of built all my wind turbines in the middle of the area between here and there, but that's fine. I'm sure we can move them later on. We need a lot more of those. Right. Let's get some more of these. Well, let's get, I say some more. Let's get some of these being made, because we do need them. What's the first thing that we should make? What's the first thing that we should get producing? Belts are obviously always a good thing to produce, but we don't need belts for research. So it might be useful just... I think we'll go straight for the research. I think. Missing some copper? No, some iron. God, this walking speed is so slow. Come on. Let's go. Move it. Move faster. Yeah, I'm kind of used to flying around now, because that was... Why did I set up it over there? There's literally stone here, and I went to that stone. I mean, it's not that bad, but it is further away. It's fine. We'll get to a point where these aren't very far away at all. Like, they're not really. They're not that far away. But it's just we walk so slowly. That's the big problem. So, we need... actually, I think we'll use some of this iron to get these circuits. We'll have a whole line dedicated to circuits, because circuits are useful quite late. I think they're still usable. I mean, you need circuits the entire time for the blue stuff, so it's good to have circuits on like a I think a good idea to have them kind of dedicated. So that's just something that's just always running. They have a really perfect setup on them. I say perfect. A really good setup on them anyway, in terms of ratios and logistics. We'll leave a bit of space for some more furnaces. Then smelters. I'm thinking of Factorio when I say furnaces. But you know what I mean. Same thing, same difference. And then we also need. So actually, we've got. Because we also need the magnetic coils as well. How are we doing power wise? Not quite there on power. I think what we should do is we'll get another 4 of these. God, it has to wait for things to be made. I'm gonna have to get some more coal actually. I'm out coal. Coal there. At the end of the day, it's fine. Things will start picking up soon. Doing that. Really annoying. Keeps breaking and it's being weird. Oh, look at all this coal we're gonna have. Right, the moment we get thermal power, we're gonna have a lot of coal available to us. Although really, once you start getting thermal power, you immediately want to get smelting purification first. I think maybe no, you want to get. You basically want to get them at the same time, because the carbon is better. The energetic graphite is better than just coal. 6.3 megajoules or 60%, whatever it is, I don't know. Whereas coal is 2.7 megajoules 0% fuel chamber generation. So yeah, the other stuff is much better, much better. Right, okay, let's get down. In fact, yeah, great. What am I going to do if I'm not going to use this to make... What am I going to do with them? What is the point in me just stockpiling these? That's the question. I don't think there is much point. I might as well just use those to make the magnetic coils. Sense. Right. I remember them being 4 furnaces to 1, but it might be more. I've got no idea. It might be more. 4 furnaces does at least work. Depends if this is going down or not. That's the question. No, it's still going up. At the moment, it's insufficient power supply, which could also be causing this to slow down as well a little bit. I don't know. Let's get these wind turbines down. We'll delete them once we have the other kinds of power. Because the thing about wind turbines is they are a bit annoying and they take up quite a lot. Right, so we're gonna need a second matrix lab. Oh, we're gonna need at least 1 more matrix lab. Matrix lab. We don't need the matrix lab. Matrix lab is very useful to have because then it just runs automatically. But you've got the second one. Lack of material. Why does it say it's all green, but it's not green? Oh, because I don't have the materials to make the other stuff that I need to make. Okay. No, let's not get sidetracked. Let's... So we've got it going into the storage. I think what I'll do is I'll turn this belt around. One thing that's good about Factorio is actually the building belts in Factorio and Satisfactory is much easier. Belts in this are a bit of a pain in the arse to build. Not bad, but they could certainly be better. Just because you've got the interference of the other machines in the way, and yeah, it's just a bit of a pain. So we need some more of those. Of the resources. We're going to need some more iron. Iron appears to be the thing that we're lacking. Got enough of that to last us for a while, which is good. Actually, I might get some of that copper. Which is all the way over there. Coal-wise. Coal is fine. Like to check. Yeah, we've got loads of copper to last us for a while as well. So at the moment we're not going to need any of the raw resources necessarily. We might need bricks. That's fine. We can go get some of those. Where did you come from? What were you doing? Oh, you were building those belts. Right. Right, so get some of this as well, and we should be fine. Whatever it is we need to build, we should have the resources to make it. Apart from we might need to make some gears or some intermediary products, we at least have the raw resources. I can certainly go over a bit further to the left, I feel. Right, okay. I've got an idea of how I'm going to do this. It's not going to be very expandable, but it'll be fine for our purposes now. Like, obviously we're going to have to redo it later on, but it's relatively usable. Not perfect, but it is at least relatively usable. Right, I don't know how I'm going. I don't know where I'm going to put them, but this will at least good enough. Well, I might a bit more out of the way. Although my robots are busy. Good. So that's that done. We can get the magnetic coils up and running, which is good, which is a good start. Yeah, all of those. Then we're going to just need a crap load of these. That's fine. We're too difficult. Oh, we do also need some power here. Might be useful. Right in the middle there. Lovely. Belts. I guess they're going to have to go this way. We're going to need some more belts. Go. Lovely. All connected. Gonna need some more of those things again because I don't have enough. We could put them into a chest. Where do you want the matrix thing to be? Where's the copper going to come from? That's the thing. Where's this other line of copper going to come from? I'll tell you what would look good. Doing something a bit like this. A bit of like a bussy kind of thing. We can get another one of those. Match. The good thing about stocking it up, like putting it in chests, is that if you're overproducing, you make a buffer, and if you're underproducing, you have that buffer to kind of rely on for a period of time until you can fix it. I mean, it's not perfect, and eventually you will either run out of your buffer, or you'll have to, well, or it'll just stop working. I guess you will have to sort it out eventually, but it kind of gives you that time to notice the ore not coming in or something like that, to notice the problems before they cause a slowdown. Little robots to do their thing. Trades I can get relatively. That yet. I could get that. Oh, I could definitely get that. That's 100% something I can get. Nice and easy. That would allow me to fly. The problem is, though, the flying is great, but early on, you kind of don't really have the energy to fly. Like, oh yeah, I can fly. Can't really fly very much, which kind of sucks, but it's still fun to fly. Oh yeah, these need an output. Otherwise, they're not doing anything, which is not good. But it's fine. Right, let's get some coal then, so we can get this going, so we can get the coal we need for this. Then we'll just wait for those magnetic coils to come in, and we'll be fine. And then we can get this straight away, and we can fly. Easy peasy. Not like super great flying though. Super great flying comes with the next one, where you can fly between planets. I keep seeing the increased mecha speed. I was like, that sounds great. The problem is though, I just don't have the energy to actually go that fast so far in my other playthrough. Like, every time I've tried to go that fast, I've run out of energy. In fact, there has been one occasion where I missed my target and I ran out of energy and didn't have any fuel to recharge with. So that was just that. I just drifted off into space and there was nothing I could do about it apart from just reload the save slightly. I was like, oh great, that was anticlimactic. I do like though that you don't have to worry about how fast you approach a planet. You can just approach as fast as you want. You can come in and just, as long as you hit the planet, you're fine. You're golden. You don't need to worry about, oh, I'm coming in too fast. Just land. Problem solved. All good. Right, so where is this iron going to come in? I'm going to want 4 of these. We'll save that iron. It's a bit far away over there. We'll just use this one. We'll just create another iron smeltery thing, and we'll just use this one because it'll be a little bit easier to do that rather than creating a whole new iron thing. Rather than creating a long ass belt to bring it over. Four of these because we need 4 of those. Belt's going. Gonna have to move that one. Fine. Problem. I do appreciate how not a problem it is to move things around in this game. Like, it can be a bit of a pain in things like Factorio to move things around. Yeah, this one's not so much. I mean, you have to move the resources, which can be a bit of a pain. The problem with chests is that if you ever want to move that chest, you have to empty the chest, which is just annoying. So maybe it's not the best idea to have chests, because if you ever want to move it, you have to worry about moving that chest. Bet we're really not satisfied. Oh, we're on 100% satisfaction with power. That's because I think some of the other things are full and have stopped running. Like that, and probably the copper as well has just stopped running. Right, let's bring it down. I'm thinking we could add more of these machines to kind of increase the production later on. Be great. Fantastic. But for now, we don't need to worry about it too. 4 will do. Oh, mecha flight! Hooray! Fly.
You have received the ability to fly. Double-click the space key to lift off, and then use the arrow keys to control mecha movement. The movement speed will increase by 150%, with more energy consumed under flight mode. Pressing the Alt key can return the mecha to the ground during the flight.
I want to try and get it to be... perfect. Oh no, that's going the wrong way. Fantastic. Not what I wanted to do at all. Right, now that looks nice. Good. Important to try and make things look somewhat nice. Always important to try and make things look nice. Because you have to look at it. You have to sit there staring at it for 2 hours. Please make it look nice. Wow, it's been an hour and I've only just getting circuits set up. But I would like to come back and play this again on Thursday. Like, I know my track record hasn't been great these past couple of weeks, but that's on for Thursdays. But I will certainly try my best to come back for just been busy. Like other things, just coming up, like Stardew Valley mainly. That's what keeps coming up. People want to play Stardew Valley. It's like I want to play Stardew Valley, so I play Stardew Valley with them, and then that's kind of that. I can't, you know, one or the other. But you know, I'm allowed to do what I want. Power poles. And then we just need an output. Only 3. We only have 2. We need 4 of those. You know what? Let's just make 10 for it. Fuck it. Let's just go. What are you complaining about? Oh, you don't have any iron coming in yet. That's your problem. These don't have any iron ore going into them either, so good job you have exactly enough of these sorters. Fantastic. Good. Perfect. And how are we doing power-wise? We're still on 100% satisfaction. Good. That's good. I like to see that. Let's extend that as far as it'll go. How many more of these can we fit? Let's just make one. We're not going to make whole bunch because I don't want to make too many right now. We don't need them, and we don't need the power draw either. I think how many more we can fit. I think we could probably squeeze in 2 more, 3 more. I think. I don't know. I should have measured it. Problem with this game is you can't ghost things. That's the one thing that is nice about not Satisfactory. Factorio is you can put down a ghost and measure things that way. You can kind of go, oh, let's put down some ghosts and see how it all measures up. Can't do that in this game, not yet anyway. Might be able to in future. Be quite cool. Kind of nice to be able to do that. Right.
Matrix Lab. You
so
can use it to make super matrices
I
or research
will
technologies
store
that require
these
them to unlock. The super matrices are the source
because
of the center brain for maintaining
that way,
the world. You can
even
upload
once
as many super matrices to the center brain as possible.
Even if I'm
To unlock more
yes,
actual
thank you AI.
technologies by operating the home world simultaneously.
Right, okay, yes. So I will store these. If there's anything you're going to store, it's going to be these. Because at least that way, even if I run out of things to research between now and me unlocking the next one, I will then have shitloads of blue science stocked up. Am I right out of iron? Really? Wow. Actually, it's not that bad. energy use wise. You also have some coal lying around. It's fine. It's a problem if you hold down space. It's not so much a problem if you're just kind of flying around. I thought it'd be a much bigger problem. One of those. Actually do the research. I do like the idea that the same building does both the produces the research tool and does the research. That's kind of a cool, but it confused me at first. I was like, how do I make science? And why can't I do it both at the same time? Like, why do I need two different buildings? But it kind of makes sense. Right, what are we going to research first? We're going to research smelting purification and thermal power. Let's do thermal power first. But we're going to do basically them both. We're going to do both of them first, and then we're going to worry about steel. We'll just queue up a whole bunch of it, because then we'll do these ones. Actually, we'll do steel first. Steel is good. That's rock. Get faster movement. Then steel. What do we need? Trying to think. What am I trying to think of that we need? We need. I'll tell you one thing that is really annoying in this game is fractionation. Holy shit! Do you need a lot of them to get anything out of them? Like. Because you need it to make the belt, to make the fusion reactors, to make the fusion fuel rods, and you need so goddamn many. It's ridiculous. Like, because it's a 1% chance. I mean, it's not a big deal because you get through it, because you don't use up so much resources. It's basically how fast can you get it in and out of the machine, but it's to get like a good, reasonable supply of them, you need so many of them. It's honestly ridiculous. Are those going to be fast enough? I think they'll be fast enough. Get splitters. Is that not something you unlock straight away? Or you get those with logistics? Or improved logistics system. I thought they were a really basic thing. Not that I use them a lot, but I don't use that. No, just get it going. Boom. Here we go. We've got some automated research and we've got some things being made. So already this game is going better than my previous game, because previously I had like one of those into one of those into one of those, and it was just awful. It was so bad because I didn't know what the ratios would be, so I kind of just, and it was the same with the I was like one miner into one furnace, and it was like I didn't really know what I was doing. Much better idea now. It's like, 4 furnaces, good enough. How are we doing power wise? We're at 100% satisfaction, which is fantastic. 100% satisfaction is the thing you strive for. Doing okay. We can get another one. We can get another one of these, no problems. I'll tell you what, we should get some glass being made. Thermal power, fantastic. That's great. Might just hijack the end of this line. Put a glass one on there. Always change it later on if I want to. Not a problem. Because we don't really need those until quite a lot later on. To have supply of them early on, but you don't need that many straight away. Early on, and same with glass, like you really just don't need that much of it early on. Like, it's good to have a supply being made because you need some of the machines. Apart from that, you just don't need it. Really. You need it for these things and some of the other machines. Apart from that, until you get to the prisms and the Dysons start actually doing stuff with the Dyson Sphere, you don't need it. One thing I have decided though, I'm not gonna bother going like, because when I first unlocked it, the solar sail orbit system, I was like, oh yeah, let's go straight for it, let's get all this set up. They produce like no power. They are quite expensive to make. Like the products and the solar sails are quite expensive to make, and you need a lot of them. And these things don't shoot them very fast, and you only get like eject speed 20 per minute. And they also are entirely reliant on the direction the planet is facing. So yeah, you kind of you get like how much? Get like I had 400 last time. I think in my other save I had about 400. You get about 11 megawatts out of it, and that's not bad. That's not a bad. But then you also have to remember that to get the power, you need this other thing. Actually, you don't get on that same research. You have to get the ray receiver, which is the next one along, and you only get an amount of the power being produced, and you also only get it when the ray receiver is facing the Dyson Sphere, which is like, oh, okay, fantastic, great. That's totally useless for a lot of my uses. Like, it's a pretty good way of getting set up on a small planet. Like, but it's kind of, until you have a bunch of ray receivers and other things, you don't really get the full benefit of the Dyson Sphere, or the Dyson Swarm anyway, until quite a long way in. You have to wait. You have to be patient with the Dyson Swarm. It's not going to be any use to you if you go straight in with it. So I think I'm going to want some more of these and some more of these, really. I think. Let's just maximize the speed we're passing them through. Thing is that we're not going to get to the point where we can make the new stuff for a little while yet. Like, we'll research it. Not going to be able to make it for a while. And that's fine. Get another one of those going. So yeah, we'll get another line set up for this, because for these things, because I'd like to kind of have one thing focusing on research. That way we don't have to worry about whether or not this is undersupplied or being overexerted on other things. It's like, why has the research stopped? Oh, because we don't have any of the things available to us. I think we can. I don't think you can go higher than 4 early on, or higher than 3. I can't remember, because obviously there is research to increase the height of the. Yeah, 3 is the max, so we might as well just put down 3 of each, and that will just kind of, like, we could 100% get another tower of these, making blue science. But honestly, it's going to get through it fast enough, and we've got other things to be working on anyway. Like, I'm not that fussed. There's, like, we've got a lot of things to research, but we'll get through them. It doesn't take that long to get through them. It takes, like, 5 minutes of research, and that's not really a problem. Not really a problem at all. I'll tell you what we should totally get up before long is a belt factory, because belts are useful to have available. Like, if you're going to have anything automated, it's going to be belts. Those are the things that need to be automated basically straight away. Nothing else needs to be automated at first. It's just belts. Get those going, because you just need so many of them. just need them for basically everything early on. Well, you do. Just you're always going to need belts, like, and the advanced belts you're not going to have for a little while. And anyway, they use the old belts, so you might as well just get a belt factory going straight away. I know I'm missing that node, but that gets me 5. So right, I could start taking some of those out. This is where we need the splitter, because then we can prioritize where they go. We can kind of store some of those up and keep them to the side. Might be cool. That would be very useful. I'm just gonna make 2 of these. Put them. Yeah, let's just make a shitload, because that way I can come and pick these things up, well, if I need them. And then once they're full, they're full. No. Right. Let's just put it on max speed. There we go. Just gonna fill up these boxes. Be fine. It'll be fine. Because I'm not going to be taking it out of those boxes very often. Just occasionally, and it'll just kind of it'll just be a nice constant supply of those resources from now on, which is useful. I mean, it'd be nice if you could have the logistics box deliver stuff to you like you can in Factorio. That's something I would like to see. Be for the logistics box to come and refill your stock of belts or that, but it's fine as it is. I need to not get in the way of that. Right, let's put this down. I will 100% try my best to be here on Thursday to play this. Like because good to be consistent. I want to try and be more consistent. And now that we're kind of winding down on Stardew anyway, we're kind of reaching a limit. I want it on the other side probably. The output be, because I'm going to want to obviously be near that. So other side would be better. I might do the same here. I might siphon off from that belt and use the belt itself to make the belts. I really don't think I'm going to need this many gears to make belts. But then I can just use the gears for other things later on, can't I? That's going to be right in my way, actually. A little bit. Actually, sorters are something I can get going as well, but they require circuits. That's fine. Actually, now that I've got some circuits available to me, where are you flying to, robot? Let's go. I can fly. I can just fly. I don't need to walk everywhere. I can just fly places. Oh, okay, I've just tabbed out by accident. Great, good job. Now I can... Oh, I've got a whole bunch of the fast ones. I don't think I need the fast ones. Wait, what's struggling with this? Oh, they've got... These are taking too many, so I'm gonna leave, cut that off. Cut those out for now. Yeah, they're taking too many. That's fine. So many backed up. Just need it. I mean, it'd be great to have a whole chest full of them, so we don't need to worry about it. But yeah, don't need that. How are we doing? Oh yeah, power. Now that we can make the coal power, we totally should. But we're getting belts automated because we're going to need a lot of belts. We need a lot of belts to automate the power. don't know how many of... I don't know the ratios, everything. Particularly. I mean, once you get logistics towers, you don't really need to worry about the ratios. You just go, okay, I just need like 10 of these, put them down, and it'll just request whatever it needs. I mean, I'm sure that that will eventually come back to bite me, but I'm sure it's fine. Trying to remember what the phrase is. Come back and for some reason in my head it's bite you in the face, but I don't think it is. Like, I've had a bit of a mind blank. I don't know what that's called. I don't know what that phrase is. I can't remember. What is that phrase? Come back and... the foot. I don't know. Shoot yourself in the foot. Back to bite you in the face. I don't know. Is that the right phrase? I've got no idea. I've had a complete mind blank on that front. That's weird. Right, so we are going to have more belts. Why we're making this in the first place, so we don't have to. We have belts available. Actually, we'll be able to expand that just about, which is perfect. Which is, I'm glad to see. Probably want to be able to expand that though, don't we? A little bit. Well, we won't be able to go beyond that anyway, so we'll turn it off there. Good enough. Oh, hang on. That's what I want to do. Oh, no. That can extend to there. That's fine. Go, my little robot minions, go and build me things. You know how many we're gonna want? These are just going straight into a box because these don't need to go anywhere else, really. Again, reverse the direction, then we don't have to worry about adding more later on. Go, lovely. We're gonna need a few more belts to get through this bit. This is probably a little bit on the overkill side. To be honest, once the chest is full, I don't need to worry about it. It's just, it means that it fills up quickly. And I've run out of those. Great. Fortunately, those are relatively easy to make anyway. Power-wise, we're on the edge of the power. We're on the very edge of running out of power. Oops. Oh, shit. I keep doing that. Accidentally putting it from one belt onto another belt, which is really annoying, actually. Really annoying that you can do that. I mean, I get why. But it's like, I don't ever really need to go from one belt to another. Unless that's what I'm trying to do. That's when it's fine. But when I accidentally go from one belt to another in front of a machine, that's annoying. That's frustrating, and let's just fucking goes on there as well. Go. Right, great. We've got belts being mass produced. At last. Good. We have a supply of iron and we have a supply of belts. We can definitely increase the rate. But honestly, I don't think we need to. I don't think that's a big deal. One construction zone, that's good. Drone flight speed is pretty good as well to unlock. I can't unlock it. Oh, universe exploration. That needs to be unlocked so we can see what's going on the planet. Not that I've actually really used it very much. I haven't really worried about that too much. Oh, that doesn't have a recipe. That would be useful. And that would really help the production line, be if that actually has a recipe line to it. The thing is actually I find that there's enough resource nodes. You don't need to kind of concentrate production down into like one or two places. You could just like have a whole thing specifically for that one resource. Like, just because there's enough. Because at the end of the day, I don't think there's enough things you need to make right away that are a big deal to make. Like, we can have probably go from like copper to, I don't know, iron or whatever it is to make some of the late gaming components. But I think the early game components just have a whole thing, have a whole product line for them set up, and then you'll be fine later on. But something like this, I'm going to need. I can probably use what I've already got to make electric motors, because I don't need all of those gears and stuff to make belts. I can get more gear factories set up, and then I can get some of these going, because these are really, really useful, because you need them for so many things. You also need steel. That's something we're going to think about. Right, so here, and we're going to put this straight on to. Unlock solar panels. I haven't found solar panels that useful.
The data shows this is a planet without natural silicone veins.
Oh, good.
However, you can still obtain some by smelting stone ore. While you still need a massive silicone collection, you need to find a planet rich with silicone veins as soon as possible.
Yeah, because the solar panels, they produce 300 kilowatts. So they produce slightly more than a wind turbine, and only half the time. Like, it would be fine if you could make like a big ring of them around a planet, which might be actually I haven't looked at the planets in this system. You got, looks like a magma planet and a barren planet by any chance? Yeah. Identical to the system. This is almost identical to the system I have in my other save, but the only difference is on my save, this is the planet furthest out from the solar system. I can't currently have a look at the Dyson Sphere, whatever it is. Didn't really think about that you have to unlock that later on in the game. I just assumed it was something you had the entire time, but just never noticed it. But no, you have to unlock that button. One thing you have to consider in this game, don't have to consider in Factorio and Satisfactory, is obviously the grid. Grid is great. Grid works really well, but the grid is on. You've got a grid on a sphere, which can be a bit awkward to work with, especially at these joins here. Like most of the time, like it's fine if you're kind of about the equator. If you're kind of working on the equator, you're generally fine. It's when you kind of start getting up towards the poles, that's when you start to have those weird kind of change in grid sizes. But then you also have things where your buildings diverge or converge. I had a thing where I had 4 lines of thermal power plants, all kind of together, all lined up together, and it was like, oh look, yeah, looks perfect. They're all nice and straight. Problem is, because they are straight, but it's on a sphere. They ended up getting a bit too close, and I couldn't put any more down. It's like, oh, I can't put any more down because there's not enough space because they're too close to each other. Like, great. That's not annoying to work with. I mean, it's cool. I like the planets. Planets are a cool thing. Ooh, I'm going to give space to work with on there, and that's not a problem. I'm going to try... I want to get rid of the chest. In fact, I know what we can do. We can get this. One of these. One of these things here, where it is. Nicely clear that off.
Splitter with 4 directions.
Yeah, I know. Go away.
Split the passing cargo or balance the cargo on multiple conveyor belts. The splitting speed depends on the conveyor belt speed. Use the tab key to switch between different styles.
Lack of item. Oh, okay.
Set priorities and filters.
We can play about crystal smelting. Oh, I've chosen something I can't research. These belts that we've got so many of. Nice. We're gonna need to get increased inventory size, which we just need some steel for. We're gonna have to just think about getting the steel line set up once we've done this. Let's do this first, then we'll worry about the steel. Let's do this, then we'll worry about everything else. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I was getting this set up. Right, we want to prioritize the stuff from the chest. I'm even going to use the super fast things just to try and make sure that the belt is completely packed. Running out of power. Hopefully that won't be a problem for too much longer because we're going to be dealing with that any moment. I'll give it a bit more space, but I think generally I'm just going to go straight. I'll give it... Just going to stick this. Let's move it later on if we need to. Problem. I like the way these look, but I don't really understand these pipey things.
Such power facilities need to consume chemical energy fuels. If you want it to generate continuous and stable power, you need
to ensure... This is an
that
example of where they will diverge, which is a bit annoying. Though fortunately, I have put that on a straight line, so it goes a straight line all the way down to the equator. If I so wished, I could continue that right down to the equator. Oh, look at the power coming in now. Fantastic. We're going to want a few more of these. Be a problem? Divergence be a problem at the moment? I don't think it will be. I think it'll be okay. I don't think... I mean, it's not ever a problem. Just annoying. Just for the sake of the fact that I have a solar panel, I'm going to put it down. Because it'll be useful a little bit. It will just add that tiny amount of power. And actually, it doesn't even produce 360 kilowatts consistently throughout the day, because it obviously only works to some degree when the sun is only slightly visible in the sky. So they are genuinely trash. Ah, here we go. Yeah, there is a slight annoying thing about annoying.
You have unlocked the universe exploration. Now you can click the details display button in the lower right corner of the screen to open real-time distribution details of the ore veins.
Cool, thank you. Need to get... I have a little bit more space. The furnaces. I have hit a wall. I say a wall. It's a wall of water, because water is the bane of your existence early on in the game, because there's nothing you can do about it until you get whatever that research is that you... Environment modification, which I can now unlock, actually, funnily enough. Anything else I can unlock yet? Processors. Those going. See that, as I said, you're not likely to unlock the rest of it yet, because it just takes you so long to just build everything you need. But once you've got everything unlocked, you kind of need to build everything up for that kind of research level before you can do anything with it. Right. Yeah, some more furnaces. We're not really using that much. We're not using enough of the stuff, are we? But we can put some aside. Might be useful. We put some aside in a chest. That could be useful. In fact, I'll put it over on this side, so I don't have to. And use that space if I want to. Let's take off, and we'll limit that down. We want to limit it? No, we'll just keep it. Just at the end of the day, we can always pipe it out. If we're running low, we can just pipe it out. Because we can start to use these, and we can start to use that stuff. Rather than using the coal, which is fine, we can start to use this stuff. Powering our soup, which is much better and much more effective. And that way, like, I don't even have to worry about my soup power anymore. It's great. It just works, like, because it just recharges over time. I don't think they last quite as long, or they last longer than coal. I don't know. Don't really pay that much attention to it. We should pay a bit more attention to it, but that's... Okay. What next? So, next up is going to be some kind of steel production. Would be good place to go. Else that we did a lot of. These things, wasn't it? This is something that we needed. We're going to need a lot of. Oh, here we go. Here's the example. Oh, that's not working that way. Okay. Fine. Oh, there isn't a thing. Yeah. But here we go. This one is reached its limit. In fact, insufficient power supply. Really? Oh, they're not actually. They're not even connected to the main network. They're just doing their own thing. There we go. Those were just doing their own thing. They weren't even connected to the power. Now they're connected. Now it's all going at full speed. Might want some more. See, look, here we go. It's hit its max speed. Water pump. Water pump's pretty good. A good thing. One thing I'm quite glad about. I was a bit worried about this that I didn't really realise. If you put down a water pump, it will continue pumping water even if you pave over the area, which is great, and I'm glad about that. I was a bit worried that was going to happen until I accidentally paved over it, and then I was just glad to see that I hadn't completely buggered everything up. So that was quite nice. It's quite a nice surprise. Well, that looks perfect. That's a genuinely perfect position for that. Like, right next to this other one, and it covers 5 as well, so we can get loads of ore from that one as well. Just so we can kind of double that up. Okay, now we're over outputting. Good, I guess. What can we fit here? Like 2? 3, maybe? I mean, we're a bit limited on space because of this thing. We could foundation over that. That would be fine, because there's others around. But rather not. Okay, we're going to need some power over here anyway. We'll just stick some power down there. Lovely. Okay, that's good. So those are maxed out as well. But then this is because these are maxed out. So it does mean that these are really eating into this iron ingot supply. That's something to be wary of. So we need for these things these. So we're going to want another supply of those because at the moment we've got one supply going that way. I don't really want to eat into that supply necessarily. I can that way. It's fine. They're quite easy. They're easy to make those things, and we just need to get some copper. Copper over there, or there's copper over there. That's the question. Which direction do we get copper from? I think we should get copper from that direction because it's a little bit more convenient in terms of spacing. A bit of space there we could use. Miner actually. It is getting through all the iron. Once this thing is filled with belts, then we don't need to worry about it because it'll only need to replenish the belts once I've used them all up. So, or once I've taken out space, and then production of other stuff will go down for now. For a moment, actually, that's fine. Temporary loss of production is fine. It will only be temporary. It won't be like a constant source of production, so that's no problem. Nice, matches up with the other one quite nicely. Don't have enough of these, which we are trying to make. So we've got some around over here, which is always good. Good, take surplus. Hooray, good. Don't need to make steel. Whenever I think of steel, I always think of that Limmy thing. Steel. Heavier than feathers. Can't do a Scottish accent. But you know what I mean. That one. Kilogram of steel. Kilogram of feathers. God, I'm always reminded of that. It's funny. I find that funny. Good to watch. Good watch that. The time. 20 past 9, we've got some time. We still got time. We're good. Right. Hopefully, when we come back on Thursday, we'll have, because we won't be starting from the beginning, it'll be a bit more interesting. This game is much easier now that I know what I'm doing. I have a much better idea of what I'm doing. Going into it, like, I know what I need to make. I know kind of how much I have things I need later on. I obviously haven't completed the game, so I don't know about the... I've gotten up to the yellow science things. Really indescript, but yeah, I've got up to the yellow science boxes, science cubes, those things. And I haven't got any further than that because this game takes a long time to get into at first. If we get to that point, I might just abandon that other save and continue this one. But then also, well, that one doing in my spare time. This one I'll be doing. Yeah. So yes. I still have another thermal thingy available to me that I can use whenever I want to. So those things, these two materials, which is fine to make. Gonna want some more of these probably. Copper over there. Copper is the thing that we need to worry about right now. Let's get one of them. Let's get at least one more. I just want to double check. Make sure my sound is working. Yeah, it is. Good. I always like to double check because I hate the idea of sitting here for 2 hours talking to myself. Really? Because I've done that before. Really cringe. Right. Oh, I don't have enough of those. Need some more of those. Get these automated. No, I need some circuits. I'm gonna need some of this copper for. So we can bring over a whole bunch of copper to make some of these as well. So we can get some of these made and up and running. Which again, they're like belts. You don't need a lot of them. Like, you don't need a constant supply. You need some. You don't need a constant supply of them. What am I missing? I'm missing some iron. Almost full on that front. I'm doing our circuits. I've got 89 circuits. I'm doing fine. Just fill up with these. Here we go. Let's go. And look, we're just flying off. Ah, look. Okay, so we need some more furnaces. 100% because we're kind of... Although I think it's partly due to me using these a little bit. Might be. It have something to do with it. We're still... Actually, we're on the edge of power with these things, with those things missing. So we need some more of them. Don't need to worry about that too much. That's all works. Fine. I don't think... No, there's not enough space in there for another one. That's fine. I can tidy this up now. It doesn't need to be that stupid. In fact, I could add another one to this end of it. If I was going to add more to this end. It was looking stupid. Didn't need to look like that. Just about gets to that last one. No, it's maximized. Okay, you get the odd extra, but it's mostly capping out on 4. And same with this. This is kind of mostly capping out 4. So we're going to want more of them. Definitely. But the belt isn't full, is it? It's not filling up the belt. Because the belt isn't full coming in either. Don't need that there. Oh, I've just unpowered that. That was the only thing. That might have been why it wasn't running quite so fast. Because it wasn't getting quite so much power. Yeah, because that requires 420 and those things only provide 300. Now it's running at full power. Should be running a bit more effectively, which is good. Which is good. It's a good sign. It's a good place to be. Wow, we've got so many of these. It is genuinely ridiculous. You know, I like how you once you get a good supply of fuel, you can just fly around for days. Don't worry about it. Fly. I'm just flying around as much as I want. Obviously, you struggle to fly around for literal days, but you know what I mean. Do we want to save up? Or should we just reverse the belt and go the other way? I think we should go reverse. It'll take up too much space otherwise. We'll just reverse the belt, go the other way, and use that copper just as like a good starting point, I guess. Unload all that copper. Need to get these automated because these are... Don't have enough of them yet. Don't have enough. Right. So... Question is, where are we going to combine the two? Here maybe a good place. 4. That sounds like it will do, I think. That will do for those. much. Yep, that's all fine. It's a bit of a windy, long-ass belt, but that just happens early game. Like, until you get the logistics, you kind of can't really avoid having that sometimes, because you need to move things around. Anyway, a long belt is fine, because it's fine. One thing I like in Factorio is the trains. The problem with the trains is that they are cool idea, but on paper they're a bit of a logistical nightmare, because you need to have, if you want to have a constant supply of something.
Your production compound has reached a certain scale. Now click the statistics panel button at the bottom right corner of the screen.
Yep, thank you.
It includes the output
Appreciate the help.
consumption of each item, electricity data, etc. Use these dynamic data can help you to manage your production.
Perfect
base.
spacing. Thank you, Mr. Robot Man. I appreciate the help. Yep, I haven't actually connected up to power, but that's fine because I'm not doing anything with it anyway. These things go. Good, so they get those going. Then best bring it over here. You want to have room to maybe potentially expand it if you need to. I can do with these. I'm going to want to expand them, but 4 I don't think is enough. There are a whole belt's worth of these and a whole belt's worth of those. I don't think that's going to be enough. I think we can definitely get more on there. But these, the motors, I'm pretty certain we can. I don't know. We're not going to need to expand those very much, I don't think. Question is, where and in what direction do we go? I think if we kind of turn this around. That might work quite nicely. I think I have enough space. Just about enough space. I think we're not going to have enough space to actually utilize that when the time comes. We kind of underestimated the amount of space we need. But that's fine. They are quite narrow, those buildings, but it should be fine. So we definitely want to consider getting some more of these things just for the gears. I don't think we're going to have enough gears. We need like 20 of those, aren't we? We are going to need more of those. We don't have enough at all. Just don't have enough. Construction mode. I like the construction mode in this game. Like the fact that it's kind of just like start off, have to run to the place to place it. You've got little bots that do it for you, and you can go in and you've got like the 2 different construction mode options where you've got the. I like the God mode. I'm glad that was added as an option in this game. Like right from the get-go. I don't even need that power pole. That power pole was completely unnecessary in the end, turns out. I'm cutting it very fine with that oil thing. At the moment, I don't really need to have them just in case for those gear factories. one of the... I think, I'm hoping I've left enough space for it, but I don't think I have. I genuinely don't think I have. Again, not quite close enough. Time to connect up all these belts factories. If you need these for anything early on, it's for these long bits of connectors. Because they're quite slow. Obviously, the more distance it has to travel, the longer it takes. So they're quite slow to make, but they're good. They're all good. Look at that. Look! That's another thing. This looks pretty good. I'm quite happy with the way this looks. It's quite organised. Makes sense. It's fairly sensible. Obviously, we've got other things we're gonna have to start working on. It becomes I think I like about the logistics stations is that rather than having to kind of think about like, oh, how do I want to balance this source to this output or to this resource? It's like, okay, I need more iron in my system. I'm just gonna add more iron. I'm just gonna add in some more miners and just stick it furnaces down and just put it straight into the logistics system. Add some spaceships to move them around, and you're done. Problem solved. And it's just fire and forget, really. Not so much early game. You have to think about, okay, well, how am I going to move this around? Am I going to have enough of whatever this is to make this? Add the sorters to this. That's fine. But we're not getting the benefit of those things. We don't. I don't think we're going to run out of them. We appear to be on the edge of production limits for those, so that's fine. So once we got these ones up and running, it should be okay. Should be a problem. Fine. We don't have a box for gears. Should have a box for gears. Even if we just have a few gears in that box, we should have a box for gears. We might limit that down to like 2 stacks of gears. Well, once this is full, then we'll worry about the others. But for now, 2 stacks of gears is good enough. So what do we need? Advanced red ones. I haven't researched them yet. Okay. Plasma binding. How does it take? Oh, it says it's going to take 28 seconds. Okay, I thought it was going to take really long. No, it's not. Oh, that's really easy. This is really cheap. Like, the hydrogen is pretty cheap, actually. One thing that always puts me off in Factorio and Satisfactory is the oil pipeline. And I don't mean like the pipeline is the actual pipe. I mean like the oil production pipeline from the start to the finish. Yeah, it's the oil pipeline. It's a real pain in the arse to set up and get organised. I still need steel. I haven't done that yet. That's what I'm going to do with this, I guess. Yeah, getting up oil is the most tedious thing in the world because it's really hard to kind of get your head around it. Like, you've got all these different things you have to think about, like when you unlock oil, and it's a whole other system you have to learn. Whereas actually in this game, I found oil was so easy and simple. It just made sense. It was just like, okay, easy enough. It's like from one thing to another, boom, you've got one product from oil and that's about it. And then you can make other products. It gets a bit annoying when you get things like sulfuric acid. Generally, so far, my experience with the oil processing in this game is fine. I get it. Each of the different recipes have different uses. It always annoys me, and it's in Factorio especially, where you've got things like you have one oil recipe that's really inefficient, and then you've got a more efficient one later on. It's like, well, give me the efficient one and just make it more complicated or change it the way it works. Sulfuric acid in this game is a bit of a pain in the ass, but it could be worse. Like, honestly, I find it's really not that bad, because moving the resources around is quite easy to do. Game, it's not a big pain in the ass. Things in like in Factorio especially, moving resources from one place to another is quite a pain in the ass, and it's a real logistical challenge, because obviously you've got undergrounds and you've got the overground belts, but you are really limited on space, and having a big belt wind its way through your factory one side or the other is really, really annoying, frustrating, and you kind of really have to worry about all these different like chemical reactors and the oil refineries, and power them, and this game is like 100 times less stressful than Factorio ever was. Factorio is fun, but I think this is a Factorio for people who don't want the stress of Factorio or Satisfactory. This is like a stress-free version. I don't know what it is. It is just stress-free, and I like that. I hope it doesn't get more stressful. Oh, it's not complicated enough. I quite like it, like, in its current state. I know I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes, but I hope they don't kind of overcomplicate the process, the production lines too much, because I don't want to deal with it. Not bothered. Can't be bothered dealing with that. I like where it is, simple enough that I can grasp it and play it, and I didn't have to think about it too much, and it doesn't feel too bad. Like, okay, I've got some crappy production lines, but at the end of the day, in Factorio, logistics bots are a long ass way down that line, and it takes you so long to get that. And you also have to worry about monsters as well. There's no monsters in this game, which I like. I don't mind monsters as a concept, just don't really have the energy to deal with them. It's like, I don't mind it as an idea, but I don't have the energy and I can't be bothered. And it's just, I want to play something that's like a factory game that is easy for me to understand. Like, I'm not stupid, but I can't be bothered. My brain can't be bothered with it. I'm not that. If it gets too complicated, I just get bored. Like, I don't mind. I like factory games, but like, I've never finished Satisfactory. In fact, I've come closer to finishing this game than I've ever, like, in this game. I'm on to like my other save. I'm basically around here. I've researched all of this shit, like, and I've only got like these things at the end to research. I've researched everything else, and like, compared to like Satisfactory and stuff like that, I haven't even got halfway through the tech tree in Factorio. I don't think I've never launched a rocket in Factorio. I've never got to the end of the tech tree in Satisfactory. It just takes too long, and there's not enough kind of tangible progress. Like, you've got this, every time you unlock something, I've got this whole new production line you need to set up, and it's a real pain in the ass. Whereas in this, you don't really need to set up too many production lines. Like, obviously production lines are kind of the point of the game, but it can be quite tedious creating a brand new production line for something. Okay, now I have to figure out how this works. For the ratios, what do I need? What am I going to use this for? Like, where is this going from where to where? It's like, I don't know. How am I going to do this? Just have one more space. If I need more, actually, with this thing, if I need more, I can literally just kind of adjust some belts and extend it. if I need more of one or the other. If I just kind of do it this way, that way I get all of everything. I also find there's a lot of stigma with Factorials, like, oh, to build a bus, to build this factory and that factory and this factory. It's like, I don't care about that so much in this. Put it down. Get it down and get it working, because that's all that matters in this game, is just getting it working. Because you're going to have something that comes along that kind of massively simplifies your production process. It feels like. Right, so we've got steel being made, because steel is something we needed and we didn't have. Not had, like, we are 2 hours into this. 2 hours! 2 hours into this, and we are only just making steel. Fantastic, good job. But I didn't need it until now, really. Good to get some foundation down. Foundation, I like the way foundation works in this game. It's just plop and everything's flat. Like, great. So, what do we need? Steel was one of the things I needed for the... Oh, I can do that actually while I'm here. Or I have 60 of those. Yep. I definitely have 60 of those. Mecha core, I can't upgrade that yet. I could do that. That's fine. I can do that. Definitely can do that. Let's get that going in the background. I have to wait for my manual research to finish. A bit silly considering I'm doing, like, I can't make that do the research for me while I'm just doing this. Oh, I can also do this. I need 60 wood. I haven't got any wood this game. Last time I played this, I was like, oh, I need to get some more wood so I can get power. Now that I understand how the energy works and how the power works, it's like, went straight for the energetic carbon, and that saved my time. Saved so much time. Oh, so much stress anyway. Got that button. What's the button? The research button. Energy circuit. That's already queued, so I just need to get coal. Enough. As well. Boom. Actually, I should have researched the legs a bit sooner, but considering I've been walking around at this speed for ages. It knows me mechanical frame 2 requires the red ones. That's fine. That's fine. Everything else requires things I haven't unlocked yet or I haven't researched yet, but everything researched I can research, because I'm still going to need oil, the oil tree and the oil stuff to do. Let's do that first, then we'll worry about the other stuff. Do the ones that are manual, and then we'll move on to the ones that aren't manual. Faster move speed, basic chemical engineering, energy matrix, everything else. I haven't really found that I've needed to use the really fast belts for anything. Like, mostly it's just fine. I don't have enough coal. Fine, I've got coal. I have exactly enough coal, I think. Oh, I have a little bit. I have 3 coal extra. Don't need all that coal, and I can stick that in there. I can stick well. Good, so we can get. Oh, it's nice that we can move just a little bit faster. Not a big difference, but it's somewhat noticeable. Like, you kind of know that you are walking faster, and it's a nice difference. Works nicely. What is the time? 21:45. Got a bit more time, about 15 minutes, and that's fine. Oh man. How many of these? Wow, we've got a lot of those lined up. So at least because we've got this, we've had this going continuous. When it comes to doing the later on research, we'll just have loads of those lined up, ready to go. We just don't need to worry about them. Those will just be done and ready to go. It'll be the other ones we need to worry about, the red ones. But they're really not that expensive. In fact, the thing I really like is that none of the research things are really that expensive, especially like the so far. I don't know about the information matrix. Even still, like, actually, they're not that expensive because the apart from maybe I don't know about these things. Yeah, I had those. In my other save, I had that stuff being produced somewhere in my factory, and it was like, oh, okay, I can just need to set up another production line for it, and it's quite easy. It's like I know what I'm doing with those already, and it's quite easy. What about the information tricks? That one, the green one. There's a green one you need to unlock. Where do you unlock the green one? Where do you unlock the green one? Gravity matrix. I don't even know what that is. No idea what that is. I assume that comes from whatever this is. Gravitational wave, graviton lens. Does that require? What's that? Oh, it's strange matter. See, none of this is that expensive. It's like, okay, I can look at this and I go, okay, I know what that is. Easy enough. It's like, okay, yeah, I can make that. Quite easy. Quantum chips. Requires these things. Some high strength glass. But this, I think, is so far the most complicated thing I've seen to make. I don't even know. I have got no idea what that even is. I have no idea. I don't know. Because I haven't got this far. I'm just having a look. Annihilation Constraint Sphere. Yeah, that's quite cheap. Doing that, like, not that bad. Because once you start getting to production lines, none of these things seem excessively expensive. Like, I don't know what it is. Like in Factorio, it's like, oh, I need to get this whole other production line. It's like just seems infinitely more complex to me. What do I need for? I need stone and steel. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at how close they are together. Absolutely perfect prime position for us to start getting some foundation. On my other save, they were like half a world apart almost. It was a little bit crazy. We could make more of them. In fact, I tell you what, we should do this the more sensible way rather than the stupid way. To make it sensible, all we have to do is just do that. Object, what's there? Oh, there's a belt line. Great, good job. All we have to do is just this, boom, and then we just need to put down here instead, rather than doing it the stupid way, which is how I was going to do it a moment ago. Glad I rethought about that. Get my brain in gear. I'll just stick that at the end. Foundation is something you're just going to need a lot of. But you're going to have to... Just going to need a lot of it at some point. And the foundation's off, almost, not quite, needs some power there. And there we go, foundation is going. Fantastic. I mean, it's not the most ideal use of all that steel, but that's fine. Thing is, we can extend this, no problem. We might have to move that chest. That's fine. I mean, we can always make more steel over here if we need to. What are you complaining about? I don't have any steel. That's what you're complaining about. What's about? Oh, I've only got 86 steel left. I'll keep that steel on me, just in case I need it for something else. I don't know. Who knows what I'm going to need it for? Something or other. Might need steel. Good. Get a bigger inventory. Inventory is not very big. I like the UI in this game. Like, everything about this game. It came out of nowhere. Never heard of it before. And it just, oh, it's on, oh, what's this on Steam? Oh, it's this, that sounds like fun. That's like my kind of game. Dyson Sphere in space. Oh, it's like Satisfactory Space. Like, out of nowhere. And it's a pretty good looking game. Like, so far, the only example I've seen of dev textures are these little models on here. But even still, like, you hardly notice them. Like, everything else, you know, this could be a finished game and I wouldn't even care. Apart from, you know, the only thing I've really noticed, the only thing that's really missing is this one little tech branch. Like, well, great. Okay, great. Everything else seems to be fine. Everything works fine. I like the production trees. I like the way that it all works. Intuitive, and it's just not out of fucking nowhere. And it's such a great game. I mean, I'm sure everybody's heard of it by now. Lots of people have been playing it recently, I believe. Or at least been seen before. But it's been out for like a week now, I think. What's total playtime? 2 hours. I don't know, it came out. I bought it last week. Been out for like a week and a bit, maybe a week and a half. Wow, that full. That is completely full. Great. So, it's currently got like 7 minutes. Oh. Inventory capacity level 1. Research. Manually. No, thank you. So what else can we... Is there anything else that we can really feasibly do without this other... Which we haven't even unlocked yet. We haven't even unlocked the red science yet. Still working on that. High speed assembling processes. Everything else requires the red science. I don't know what it's called. The energy matrix, electromagnetic matrix, energy matrix, information matrix, and the... Oh no, you've also got the matter matrix? Structure matrix. Ah. That's kind of struggling a little bit. I didn't leave myself very much space for this stone, I have to admit. That's okay, I guess. I guess I can fix that. But I don't think we're not using that much stone. I mean, we've got 2 things of stone pumping in at all times. We're making more stone than we're using, so that's not a problem. Although, we're only using 1 of these at the moment because it's not putting it up. Right, okay. Now we're using both of these machines to make foundation. Just need a lot of it. Just like a lot. This game does have a bit of waiting involved, where there's like waiting isn't a punishment. You're not punished for waiting so much. In Factorio, if you're waiting around, there could be fighters. Resources could run out. Resources do run out in this game, but like not to the extent, not to the, you know, they're much closer. Not really to the extent that they run out in Factorio. Like, in Factorio, they do run, you know, they will run out, and then you'll have to go a long way to find more of it. Here, like, oh, if that iron, oh, there's more over there, or there's more over there, or there's more. Like this planet itself has 3 million iron on it. Places like it's not that far. By the time you run out of iron, probably on your first one, you're probably going. Oh no, I've blocked that over. Never mind. I'll find another one. It's fine. Oh, here's one. That far. And you don't need that many. They're not that hard to come by, and these things do have infinite. They just run lower. Run lower. Oh fuck. They slow down after instead of running out. So they just get slower, and like in Factorio. 10 more of these, not a problem. We are going to have to consider getting our oil set up, because we're going to need that hydrogen, the energy matrix. What else do we need for the energy matrix? I can't remember. It was slightly fancy but not super fancy. Oh, that stuff. That stuff is free, basically. Like, I was sending that, like, on my other save, I was sending that stuff to another planet because it was so abundant, making so much of it.
Now, you can try to view the whole planetary system and even the entire cluster by clicking the star.
Yes, thank you.
In the lower left corner of the screen.
Haven't yet gone to a different system because I don't think I'm not anywhere near that yet. I don't quite see what the point will be once you. I mean, it's a cool idea, the fact that you leave this system and go to other systems and set up big factories and whatever you want there. It's like, so far, I've only really had to go to one other planet because that's where you get titanium and silicon from. That's, you know, about it really. Everything else, I mean, I kind of get it. I suppose if you're trying to build a Dyson Sphere, you're going to need lots of resources once you've got that whole production line set up, because a large proportion of production line will be to do with research, I suppose, initially. But once you've got a Dyson Sphere, once you start building Dyson Sphere, you'll probably want to dedicate a large proportion of your like factories to building that Dyson Sphere. One thing I'd like to see is bigger miners. That's something because the miners are great, but they're a bit small. Like, they only do like 5 nodes at once. I mean, well, they do a very small area in front of them. Bigger would be cool to see. And same with like some bigger machines, faster machines, like, or like a mining smelter combo that mines and smelt it as fast as it can mine it. Basically, just outputs iron. Because the thing is, if you're going to be putting down, if you're going to be flying to a whole new planet and setting up a whole new base there, then you're going to have to get right down to the nitty-picky of putting down belts, these smelters, and all that stuff. And then you're just going to pump it straight into a thing. Like, well, a lot of work, really, isn't it? The belts, particularly, are the work. There was right. Anyway, I've been rambling for 2.5 hours now, and it's now 10 o'clock. So, I've been really enjoying this. I 100% want to come back on Thursday, and I will desperately try to, because I haven't been coming back so regularly recently. I would like to get back into my weekly schedule. Usually, normally it's because we've been playing Stardew Valley. I like Stardew Valley. We're playing it a lot. I think we're winding down on that now anyway. So, I'm back on Thursday with more of this, or maybe more else. I don't know. I was having fun with Planet Coaster. The problem is it kind of feels like a lot of pressure to keep building it, and it's fun, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of like, it was a fun idea, and I thought it'd be fun, but it's kind of a lost steam on that a little bit, so I might come back to it some other time. Probably never. Who knows? The same, like, I've got a whole bunch of games that I started playing that I just don't want to play. Red Dead, like, it was fun, but honestly, like, I got a bit bored. I just don't have the energy to load up that game and play it for hours on end, because it's just a bit slow, a bit boring. But this, I've been playing a lot anyway, so yeah. Okay, I'm back on Thursday, and I appreciate you sticking around, and you can follow me here on, obviously, on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and all that jazz, and I'll see you Thursday. Thanks. Bye.